Hello, hello, everybody. Am I going through loud and clear?
Yes, you are.
Perfect, perfect. Seems that we are still waiting for Chrissy to join. I can see she just came online on Telegram, so she'll for sure be joining on a minute or two. And yeah, meanwhile, we will be sitting here for a little bit waiting for her to join. The project today's session is all about Chrissy and her project, obviously because it is coming to Robona. So yeah, I think while we are waiting, maybe Rex, you could go in and give a presentation. What is this actually about? What is the session that we're hosting all about? We could take that introduction while we are waiting for Chrissy to join. Um,
All right, thank you so much. So, hello everyone. You are welcome to the first episode of Robona's Partner Series. As they have said, my name is Rex, and I'm happy to be the host of this program. So, Robona is not just about ourselves as a blockchain. We are building a full ecosystem with our partners, projects, and real innovation. So, this series of this Twitter space is made to highlight the people and projects that are building with us on Robona blockchain. And today is a very special day because this is our first episode, and we are having our very first guest, Christy. So she's a project owner and a builder on Robona. And in this episode, we'll be hearing about her story, her project, and why she decided to build on Robona. So that's just a little presentation about what this program is all about. And subsequently, we are going to continue to highlight our builders, our partners on the Robuna blockchain to extend the episodes of this series. So I can see Chrissy is here with us now. Welcome, Christy.
Hello, hello.
hello, hello. How are you doing today?
I am excited today. I'm excited to be here.
That is great to hear. I also know that many of the listeners are excited for you to be here. Uh, so, yeah, obviously, Chrissy, you have been preparing a development for the Robona blockchain and our relaunch. And so maybe we should just jump straight into it, a short introduction of yourself, and then let's jump into what you're building.
All right, let's see. Crypto Chrissy here. We originally started with a project called Playworld, and we have now rebranded everything because we kind of started out as a little gaming token. You know, have some fun, have some laughs, play a few games, and so forth. Well, we grew up, and after about 2.5 years having this project now, we wanted to show really our adult side, right? And where we're going and what we're doing. I take crypto seriously. I do think it's going to be part of a very big future for people. And I want to champion that somehow. So instead of just playing some silly games, we're building for the future. And so it's our future, it's your future, and the future 93% of the world that still needs to come into crypto. So we're doing things to support that narrative through the builds that we're doing, through the token that we'll be launching, through the narrative that we're sharing with the world.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And let's go into a little bit about what is it that you're building. Obviously, I know your ecosystem is huge. So, maybe let's start a step at a time. Obviously, I know something about a marketplace.
Is that where you want me to start? So,
Well, we can start from the token, we can start from the marketplace, we can start wherever you would like to start.
um, let's see. The marketplace. Yeah, let's start with the marketplace because the marketplace is really, I don't know, my first love, should I say? At this point, it is. It's been my baby for a long time. So yeah, uh, one of the things that I used to hate in this space was NFTs. Why? Because the Bored Ape Yacht Club, the narrative with that, the whole, just the cost of it. It was just a lot, so it didn't really impress me much. But over the years and learning about the blockchain, learning about crypto, learning about the different things that we can use crypto for, and the incredible use case of the blockchain and smart contracts, I started falling in love with NFTs and what they can do. So I decided I wanted an NFT marketplace, not only to show that pretty AI picture that people do, or even a hand drawing that people do, but also to bring it into the future of how can we use NFTs. It's incredible, you guys. Um, the blockchain is incredible. So not only are you able to um, prove, you know, authenticity, you're able to prove ownership, and it can't be changed or altered, right? A true NFT can't be manipulated and changed and altered. So it's a wonderful invention. So starting the NFT marketplace was, something that was close to my heart and still is, and it's my most favorite thing that we will probably ever build.
NFTs is truly an amazing technology, right? It can be used for much more than JPEGs and what things people have been using it for already. And I can see that on your marketplace. I've been looking over your marketplace for the last month that we have been in closer conversation. Obviously, you and me have actually known each other for quite some time, but our communication have intensified over the recent months. But I can see you're doing a lot of things with revenue share and things like that already. So I guess that's what you're speaking about when you say the future of NFTs, bringing some utility to the NFT space, if you can say like that.
That's part of it. One of the things that I wanted to have a project for was to give back. We started this through a rugged community, and we were rugged hard, and it really broke my heart at the time. So I started the project thinking, we're going to have fun, everybody gets to make some money, and I know I'm not rugging anything, right? So that I wanted to create a safe space. And, giving back to the community, it's not always easy. So we're doing that through passive income, through either a different reward system on the holding the tokens, or through NFTs. You get a little piece of ownership in the things that we build. So, if you have, like, for instance, a Forge NFT, you are going to be a shareholder, with 200 up to, I'll say up to 250 people in the token launchpad that's coming. So each, everybody gets a little piece of that. The other reward system is through tokens, where you get, a little bit of this, you get a little bit of the token. You're going to get a little bit of the launch pad. You'll get a little bit of the casino when that's coming. You're going to get a little bit of the marketplace. So it's an easy and cost efficient way to invest in something that you can really grow and have it for the future, right? I'm not here to do a Solana pump and dump. I love the community. I love crypto, and the future that I see. I want to take all of you with me. I want you all to, anybody that's involved in this community, to actually have something tangible, whether it's tangible through an NFT, tangible through a token, so that you have proof. Hey, I've got a piece of this. I own part of this. That's really what it's about. You own part of whatever we build, and hopefully you make enough money over time to retire, to buy a home, to send your kids through college, whatever your dreams are, to buy a yacht, to buy a fishing boat. And I know I sound ridiculous because people are going, "Oh, people aren't going to make that kind of money or whatever," but you know what? We can. We truly can. And I have given enough of each entity to make sure of that. You guys, there is no excuse for you not to make this kind of money. I mean, 40% is just the tip of the iceberg for what I've given out in percentages. All total of the marketplace alone, and I can tell you Roberto Labs thinks I'm nuts. He has. He said before, "You're nuts for doing this." But we've given somewhere between 50 and 60% of each entity, and I don't hold that. You guys do. You guys do as NFT holders, as private investors, as however you guys come in, you guys own this. So when Wealth Vibe, that's the main account, Wealth Vibe is the token and the main. Maybe Roberto Labs will keep talking about how this is going to affect them and us a little bit more than what in depth I could do.
So obviously, Robona Labs is our development arm. For those who are listening in and not knowing about the Robona blockchain, our whole ecosystem, we have Robona Labs as our development arm. It has been an agency that got created over a decade ago. Obviously, became re-registered as I'm a Danish citizen. The company originally started in Denmark. Obviously, when I moved from Denmark, regards to tax regulations, legal purposes, the in registration have been changing, and we're currently registered in Estonia, more crypto friendly than Denmark, indeed, and that's our development arm. Our development arm is obviously an agency that provides services to a wide variety of clients, and we have. Crypto Chrissy, both ecosystem and Artvibe platform under the development in Robona Labs. So this is obviously one of the reasons why we have a very close communication to Chrissy. Obviously, when I started to know Chrissy many years ago, she was working with other developers, and it's only a few months ago that we ended up getting a professional relationship, if we can call it like that. So obviously, Robona Labs is developing for a lot of clients. It's an agency with many developers. It has many senior developers, as many of the people who follow me closely know about some of our initiatives that we do. We have always been taking in young developers, interns. We have always been growing. We have had a gaming studio at a certain point, which means that we develop in all ranges of the industry. Obviously, a big part of that is in Web 2. And in 2017, we ventured deeply into the Web3 space. So yeah, obviously, one of the reasons why I know Chris's ecosystem very, very well is because my company is helping to develop parts of this ecosystem as well. And I truly admire what you're doing, Chrissy. Obviously, you're real grinder, as they say in this industry. They call it grinding, and you're always around, and you work very, very hard for your passion, for your project, for your investors. You care a lot about doing the right things, which is obviously one of the reasons why we decided to work even closer together. And when you came in and said that you were interested to implement some of your part of the ecosystem into Robona, that was obviously an honor from our side to say, okay, getting you in, obviously for people who follow Chrissy, either on her professional accounts or personal accounts, will see that that Chrissy is always having AMAs. I think you even had an AMA prior to the one that we have now, and that's just amazing to see that there is public incentive always to grow, right? But yeah.
Right. I'm not afraid to do a space. Most people do know me as Crypto Chrissy. It's harder to get people into the spaces for Art Vibe, Vibe Sale, the other entities, Wealth Vibe. But we will be out there. If I have to keep coming in with this PFP, I will. Whatever it takes. Um, and I also want to point out I'm a BSC girl. I really love BNB. When I first started in this in this crypto sphere, it wasn't worth hardly anything, right? And now we're seeing it hit new all-time highs. And that's where the token was born, and that is my first love. But um getting to know what Roberta is doing has really sparked my interest. I am a believer in, you know, keeping the earth somewhat clean as we can, as the government and various entities pollute it as fast as they can. So we actually decided to launch on Roberta for the token, and that was a huge decision for us. Um, but we feel it's the best decision for us. Not only do I believe in the Roberta narrative, and if somebody wants to talk about that a little bit more and why, I love the blockchain. Please do. You can give more information more accurately than I can, but and through learning about what they're doing to be innovative not only on the blockchain but supporting the world around us is super important. So we're very honored that we're going to be launching the token on there, and on our various builds we will also be honoring that. So you will see uh, the Roberta blockchain on the marketplace. You will see the Roberta blockchain on the launch pad, because we really want to support what's being built. And being here on the ground floor, I think, is an honor. Not very many projects will ever get that opportunity to come in on the ground floor of anything. And I know that, some people are scared because it's something new. Not every blockchain is a success. We've seen them come and go. Um, Shibarium is one of them. I mean, I was Shib Army, all the way, Shib Army. And it was sad to see what happened with that. And will they ever be able to do anything? I don't know. But that's just an instance where there's a big community around that and it still failed. So we are going to make sure, as a company and as a token and as a project, as everything that we are, to support the Roberta blockchain and help them build and grow through different marketing strategies that we are working on every single day. We have a new project manager. He's down in the panel here with his name's Arcade, Shane. And marketing is very hard in this space because we're not a meme pump and dump. I mean, I could throw out a picture of some cartoon character and take all your money like everybody else, but that's not the plan. The plan is to grow as a business and make you guys money as we make money as a business along the way. And supporting this new blockchain, I think it's an incredible, incredible opportunity for all of us involved. Lars, did you want to talk a little bit more on that part of it?
So you mentioned, obviously you have been mentioning many things, but let's start with the blockchain. Obviously, we are a different blockchain from other blockchains. You mentioned our green initiative. Our green initiative goes in several directions. For the blockchain directly, we are gonna essentially be 100% neutral. Is our first goal to reach a neutral aspect where we will be a CO2 neutral blockchain, and then second, actually be a negative blockchain. And there are several ways that we're going to achieve this with solar energy, other energy sources, through the node systems directly. And then we have a separate company that was constituted a few years back. Back in 2023, we opened a company in Portugal, which purpose is to buy up degraded or damaged land and reforestate it. Now, we are not doing general reforestation, where normally you would go in and, normally, but people who work in reforestation, they go in and make a pine forest, some kind of monoculture forest, obviously with the purpose to harvest the wood after 10 to 30 years, 50 years, depending on the tree sort that they're actually planting. Now, we are making native forests, and our pure goal is actually to make as many smaller forests as possible. Right now, we are looking into a bigger plot. Our first plot is 4.9 hectares, and we have been there this year. For those who haven't followed Robona closely, but we have been this year up and planting 2,397 trees that was planted before the summer this year, and this was one of the tree sorts. There is already 8 tree sorts on the land. There was some trees that appeared naturally as the land have been left behind for 6 years since there had been any commercial activity on the land that we bought. It is a mountain land, so this land will be fully reforested. Right now, I would say the process is approximately 15 to 20% at this current state. Obviously, we need to go and we need to audit the full land and the wild activities that has been going on there, which means that we're going to go in later and track all the individual trees, get them counted to fully calculate how many trees are more going to be planted on this land. Our plan is to
We're multi-chain. We're not cross-chain yet, but we are definitely multi-chain. And you'll see that in everything that we do, multi-chain. I want to the crypto communities as much as I can. Through the builds that we're doing, hopefully it will get easier and easier and easier to onboard new people, right? Whether they're coming in and to do a token. Talk about the launchpad a little bit. The token launchpad, you guys, I know that you can go and do pump.fun. I know that you can go to Pink Sale, Gympad, but I feel like we're going to do things a little bit better and a little bit more right. Not only is the support there because I'm totally accessible, I'm making sure that there are people accessible for you guys as well to ask questions. You might not know where to go, what to do. You might get a little lost. Maybe you need help getting to what you want to present for your community. We have the solutions one way or another. One way or another, we can help you. Whether it's using our platform, whether it's getting you what you need for your project to help your community grow. That's really important for me too. So a lot of the things that we're doing are less expensive ones you're going to get on other platforms. Some of the fees that you guys pay are hidden fees, right? You don't know it. They're taking their little bits off the back end, right? So when you go in and you're paying $2 to put a base, uh, collection on somewhere else, that they're taking your money because it's how much? A penny, 2 pennies to actually do that. So we are making sure not only are we lowering the cost to do a collection, to launch a token, to airdrop to your community, to so many different tools that we'll be building throughout this company. We are making sure that it's more and more affordable. It's easier for you to build your projects with us because it's not going to cost you as much and you're going to have the resources available to you to help you along the way. I'm not sure what else to talk about actually.
Oh,
Where else do you want me to go with this? Yeah, there's so much information, and we'll continue to talk about it over the months and weeks and years and whatever.
Of course, we'll have you coming by many more times, and obviously our community. Please follow Chrissy, follow Wealth Vibe, follow Art Vibe, as you are here in the spaces, so you can follow up directly towards the updates that's getting posted from Chrissy's different platforms. But at this moment, I think maybe it's time to jump over to Rex and let him come with some questions. I think he prepared some questions.
Oh no, be nice to me, Rex. What you got, buddy?
Okay, well, you said a lot already, but I have some comments about why you chose Robona. I always knew you were coming to Robona, but want to save the planet and you want to save people from poverty. We're facing the same direction, right? So there's
Yeah,
no way
like I said,
without
it was
coming
it
to
was a big
Robona.
decision. That was a big
Yeah.
decision, and that's why
So
is trust.
well,
Trust.
yeah, I believe you must have juggled there and there, thinking of which of the blockchains fit your vision the most. And we are very happy to have you on Babuna. Well, you said a lot of things and you have pretty much answered a lot of questions. But I would like every one of our listeners to know exactly what other things are we to expect from your ecosystem on Robona. You already mentioned that the token is going to launch on Robona. We are very happy to have you. We already have the marketplace, but you're also mentioning the launch pad. You still spoke about a casino game, everything. Are we getting all of you, Chrissy? Are we getting everything coming from you?
Yeah, the token that will be coming as soon as you guys are on mainnet, as soon as Roberta's on mainnet and ready to go. The token is changing a little bit because it's going to be a rewarding token for the holders. I have so many holders that have been holding for over 2 years. They don't sell, so I want to make sure that those that hold the floor for everybody else get something back as well. So the token will have some rewards attached to it, and going to the Roberta blockchain, like I said, for us, it's not only the narrative that the Roberta blockchain brings to the table as far as the trees and the planet at large, but also the support that we're going to get and the support that we can give to the Roberta blockchain in return to help them be more successful, which helps all the projects be more successful, right? Because the blockchain dies if you don't have transactions. You need transactions, and that comes from having the launch pad where they can come in and launch a project. It comes from having the NFT marketplace where they can come in and put their collection on the Roberta blockchain. So there's NFTs that are bought and sold and whatever. So everything that we're doing, Roberta will be there. So we're helping your ecosystem grow with ours. Does that make sense? So it's very bullish for all of us to be this early in something and be on the ground floor. And I love crypto as a whole. So I want as multi chain as possible, and what's feasible and what makes sense as a business. So we'll continue to grow with chains as well as we need to.
All right, thanks for sharing that. And we are happy that everything you build is going to be integrated to Robona. So you said that the token has a reward system. Can you tell us the system behind this reward? How do holders get this reward? Is it by holding it in their wallet, or you have a staking system, or uh, uh, you know?
No, it's an automatic reward system. I'm gonna say right now, I will never do token staking ever again. Never. I don't want you guys to have to lock up your tokens to make money. I want you guys to be able to freely trade it if you need to or want to. I I don't think that's fair. We have had staking in the past, but I really didn't care about it. I didn't talk about it too much. I didn't, push it out to the community. Maybe 5 or 10 people total ever actually use the staking system. And it was there for those that you needed it, but truly I'd rather reward you in something different so that you can hold on to the token and go spend it. So it's going to be in some sort of a stable token that you get in return for those rewards. So you can either reinvest it with us if you want to. If you want to go buy a gallon of milk, put it in your bank account, you can do that. So that's where the token is changing for us. And yeah, and I'm excited about that. And like I said, all of our builds, because we are multi-chain, Roberta will be there and represented so that we can get, people, whether you're building on base or building on Roberta or building on BNB, BSC, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same to me. But having this nice partnership with Roberta, they're gonna get a lot of love. That's they're gonna get a little extra love. We are going to be doing some marketing campaigns to help Roberta come out, and I believe that Roberta Labs and I we will be working on some different things in the near future to. I'm trying not to say too much. So you're catching me at a how much do I say? How much do I not say? But just be on the lookout.
Okay, well, guys, we are taking questions in the comment section. So if you have any questions for our speaker, we have people in the comment section trying to pick out your questions, and we are going to read out your questions so that it can get answered. Okay, so
Well, there is no bubble, when you start this space. If you're not doing it from if you're doing it from a PC instead of a phone, you don't get the bubble down there. So otherwise, I would be posting stuff up to the top.
We don't have the Tumbletron.
no.
No, you can. You can. You need to You need to schedule the space from the phone to get that. There's some things I can post up there, because I'm usually fairly.
Oh, seems that we have a a disconnect here. But yeah, everybody, as you can hear, Chris's ecosystem is already a very growing, fruitful ecosystem. She have been around for many years, obviously in the middle of a rebrand, but it is a truly interesting, ecosystem that we have seen being built, and we are very, very happy to have Chrissy on board. Let's see if she's coming back here. It said connecting, and then she got kicked out. Let's see if she is coming back here. But yeah, as you can see, Chrissy is also showing up here with a lot of supporters of her own. There's several people carrying her logo here in the chat, just like there's people obviously carrying the Roborna logo. So this means that we are most likely, as we get closer to mainnet, hopefully we're gonna see some of the community members from Chris's side come in and take a deeper interest into Roborna, just like we hope that the people who are following Roborna will take a deeper interest and obviously support Chrissy on her end. So let's see. Meanwhile, I can tell you guys that we are currently, as we are having our testnet group, we are currently preparing to make a bigger test and introduce our community, the Roborna community, deeper into Chris's new platform. It's live on the Roborna testnet next week, starting Monday. We are gonna go in day by day and making some different test tasks, showing you guys how to deploy a collection, showing you guys the different features that is on the marketplace. It has some very nice features on the marketplace, which are a little bit different from other marketplaces, and it is most importantly very, very user friendly. One of the things that I've heard Chrissy say over and over again is the marketplace needs to be granny friendly. It needs to be something that even not tech savvy people can use. And I think this has been achieved with the new marketplace that's went live, compared to the old one. Welcome back, Chrissy.
Thank you. I kicked myself out trying to use the non jumbotron up there. So it is what it is. Um, but yeah, user friendly is definitely number one on the list. It needs to make sense. And I went last night last night and this morning, I should say, to create a collection. And there was a little issue that we're fixing. That's why it's not on there. But Something very little, very little. And Lars was right there. Roberta Labs. I was just like, hey, there's this issue. Boom, we were in a meeting and we were getting it fixed. So I'm not concerned about anything that is needing fixed. In the past, it was like kind of ignored and overlooked by the past developers, and now it's like boom, let's go get it done, let's go get it fixed. So I'm very impressed. I was extremely impressed this morning, um, but it was very easy to go through the process. I'm sure Crypto Mike has already been through looking at stuff and trying to figure things out. But yeah, it's very, very, very easy to go in and put a collection on. So I don't, uh, I don't expect any issues with people going, "How do I do this?" Just go answer all the questions and click submit. Really, it's just that easy. The panel on the left hand side tells you everywhere to go. Collections, create a collection, list my NFT for sale. It's very easy, and it's all live. Artvibe.com. You can go check it out right now. I would post the links for you if I could, but I can't. And VYBEARTVYBE.com. And is it perfect and done completely yet? No, it's not. We're going to be adding more chains. Right now, I believe there's 3 chains, and then you also have the Roberta test net on there. So a lot of developers out there, they're used to having this test net. It started out, I think Gorelli was the first one. Now it's what, Sepolia. I can't pronounce all the weird names that they do. But right there on the marketplace, if a developer wants to test their NFTs and see how they look or do anything like that, they can do it very easy. So we're supporting the Roberta testnet through this as well, which is really, really cool. Um, I've actually used the testnet. Very easy, no problems. Um, Getting the test tokens was very simple. It wasn't complicated. So using their faucet was really easy too. So if you know developers, bring them on in. Have them start using the testnet. We're also in the process of moving all the other NFTs over, guys. That's probably the biggest question I've been having this last week is where's my collection? Where's my collection? Just be patient, guys. They're getting moved over. Through this process, though, you're seeing a lot of the old test ones that you shouldn't be seeing. All of it'll be cleaned up, so it'll look pretty in the end. We just need to get there. It's a process. Any
Amazing,
other
amazing.
questions?
Uh,
What's that?
No, I just said amazing, amazing. Obviously, as I was saying to everybody, starting next week, we're gonna do a deep introduction in how does everything work on the marketplace inside of our test group, where we go through the different protocols that get integrated. I can already see, or we had earlier. Maybe I cannot see him now, but we have next week's host who have also been preparing another D app. I saw him in here earlier, but anybody who would like to build on Robona, anybody who would like to present to our community what they are building, will also get the opportunity to be part of the testnet group, where we go in and test. Obviously, one thing to help identify bugs that might be on the ecosystem, to introduce the platform into our community so they're familiar with how everything works even before we go on mainnet. So you actually know how can you use this platform. So if you have a project, and I know there's several people that have been reaching out to me and saying, we have a project, we would like to do something with NFTs. Is there going to be an NFT marketplace? And here we have it. And as Chris is saying, there's also going to come a launchpad, there's going to come other platforms connected um, in the whole worldwide ecosystem. And as these platforms, they are ready to go live, we are going to get the Robona testnet integrated so people will be able to use the testnet, get comfortable with it, and if they want to use it on mainnet, you can then use it on mainnet, knowing exactly how is the workflow, how does everything works, and not pay any gas for testing, but simply just uh, go straight to the testing in testnet. And when you go to mainnet, you're comfortable with how everything works. Any any last words, Chrissy, that you would like to get out to the listeners?
Um, once the marketplace gets done and the NFTs are available again, those of you that are not buying the founders NFTs and the Forge NFTs, I think you're silly. I'm just gonna say that point blank, you're silly because we truly give back to the community with those, and they are inexpensive. I could charge so much more for it, but I really, really want to change people's lives that normally aren't gonna have an opportunity for that. Okay, so think about that. It's a possible. I can't guarantee it because it's crypto and SEC laws. So I'm not going to say give promises and guarantees, but it is an opportunity. I can guarantee you there's an opportunity there to make life-changing money for not a ton of investment. Okay? There's not going to be that many opportunities in your lifetime for that. There truly isn't. I'm 53 years old. I'm not new to this space. I'm not new to investing. I'm not new to crypto. I'm not new to any of this. And I can tell you it's hard out there to make a buck. It really is. And if you keep chasing rainbows, and those rainbows disappear, right? But that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, that's us. That's truly us. And I promise that I will keep going, and I promise I will continue to build, and until the day I die, till the day I die, and then it goes to somebody else to carry on, so that the project doesn't die. This is a company, and I take it as a company, and the growth, the sky's the limit, you guys. So congratulations for coming in on the ground floor, and that's how I feel about Roberna. We get the opportunity as a business and as a company, not just crypto, but as a company, you guys, coming in on the ground floor of something that can be spectacular. And it's an opportunity that is silly to not, try. We may fall on our faces. All of us might fall on our faces, but we're gonna try, and we're gonna try our damnedest. And I really appreciate everybody that's shown their support, not only recently but for the past 2.5 years. Trusting us, um, waiting with us, learning, getting slapped down, and still sticking it out because you know that I do work hard to make sure that we got to where we're getting now. So by the end of this year and into quarter one, we should have the marketplace up and running fully and making pretty decent revenue. The launch pad's coming here in, I don't know, 6 weeks or so, and that's going to start revenue, creating that revenue, and then the casino. And we will hopefully into quarter one, start of quarter two, start working towards the metaverse as well. And I'm not going to talk too much about the metaverse at this point, but I already have concept in place. I know how many plots we want. I know how I want it to work. And it's not that game that you walk into because everybody says, "Oh, we have a metaverse." No, 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 honey. You have a game, a virtual game. This is a true metaverse. You could live here. You will run your businesses through here. You will be able to do so much with what we're building and growing. And other people are afraid to do it or they have failed to do it. We're not going to fail.
Amazing, amazing. Uh, it it is truly an interesting ecosystem that you're building. I'm very interested to work closer with you. We have obviously been discussing some different initiatives that we're going to run, both from Robona side and from your side, to grow activity for both of us. So this is gonna be a long and fruitful relationship that we have started here, and I am looking forward to it as the mainnet is getting near and the real fun can start.
Well, you can have a lot of ideas and you can have a lot of hopes and dreams. And somebody once, and I'll say who it was Ian Cowrie, said to me one time that really stuck with me and will always stick with me. And it motivates me every day, no matter what kind of a spaz he is, no matter what he's ever done to other communities or whatever. He said something one day at the start of Playworld. He said, "Whatever you dream, Chrissy, it can be built. Whatever you want, it can be built." And over the last year and a half, we had developers that failed in that vision. Now, not only do we have developers that see the vision, but also beyond our vision. So, having somebody that is working close to us as a partner, like the like Lars and Roberta Labs, we can build an even bigger future than I envision because we think together. We can grow together, and we have new ideas, and sometimes we're like, nah, that's stupid, that's ridiculous, or we're like, oh my god, we got to go build this right now. So having that person in your life that does champion you and support you and wants to build with you, that makes all the difference. So I see a very big future for us as a with this partnership.
And I do as well. It is gonna be amazing, and as we move forward, I can't wait to show the community. Obviously, I know a lot of things that you're building and planning. You know a lot of things that we are building and planning, which the community obviously don't know yet, but they are soon gonna find out some of it, and there is so much, so it's gonna take years to get it all revealed, right? But um, I truly, truly imagine that this is gonna be truly amazing, and it is joy to work with you. And yeah, I cannot wait for us to go fully live and see uh, all this, uh, all this hard work and all this planning uh, become fruitful.
When I'm stumbling over my words or I'm pausing or sounding like I'm a little idiot, usually that's because I'm trying not to spill the beans on something I'm not supposed to. So I have a really hard time holding back and not talking about all these things that we're doing that nobody knows about yet. This this is incredible, you guys. The stuff that we got cooking is just amazing. When you can work with somebody that has a vision and sees the future and can build that, and we can build together through community, through innovation, through the builds, through the development, and it's just been a lot of fun. So if anybody knows me at all and has been around me the last 2.5 years, you know how I don't hold back. So you've seen me be sad, you've seen me be mad, you've seen me be a lot of things, and right now you see me with a lot of happy. I'm tired, but it's a happy tired. I'm working, but we're working towards a goal, and I'm seeing these goals actually come to life now. So the whole, feeling of when I wake up every day, when I when I do get some sleep, when I wake up, I have a whole new perspective. I have a whole new, light on things, and I'm so excited to get on with the day. I'm excited for a meeting. I know it sounds ridiculous, but in these meetings, we grow not only as a partnership, as a business, but we're bringing other projects in as well that share that with us and are moving into this future that we're cooking up in the background. We're all together, and I think that's amazing too, to help other projects you know be part of the future with us.
That is indeed also one of the things that I really like about Robona is working with other people and helping both them helping us and us helping them, just like we have our relationship with you. And it is no secret that you do have a truly big network. The amount of people in the short amount of time that we have been been communicating this close as we have lately, the amount of people that you have brought in to meetings, the amount of passion people, business people, connected people that you have brought in to have meeting with myself, that is truly, truly appreciated. And, it really shows that the support that you have towards Proborna and what we are doing is big, and obviously equally, we are very, very supportive toward everything that you are doing. So this is gonna be an amazing future, guys. You're definitely gonna see a lot more to Chrissy, as you have probably noticed now from seeing her. PFP, she have been in the community for quite some time. We actually had through the Web3 Summit last year we had some AMAs and or presentations. We called it in the Web3 Summit. So obviously, I've known Chrissy for some time, and we have heard about her ecosystem before. It was different back then. It has grown and matured, which is what a company and a project should do, and that only makes me even more bullish for what's gonna come in the future. So yeah, I think we will end up spill too many beans if we
If
keep
we,
sitting.
I know, because I know you and I are both itching. I know that we want to. I know it. I know we both just want to say, "Oh, and we're doing this right now." Um, you're gonna notice things on the marketplace that you don't see on any other marketplace out there. So that's a little hint. How about there? I'll leave it at that. There's things coming on the marketplace that you're gonna see that you're not seeing anybody else do, and that's okay. I'll shut up now. That's it.
So, with that being the last comment, obviously, guys, you can go do your own research. I know we have some professional researchers in our community already, so I'm sure within long things will start to come out. At least some of the smaller things. But yeah, without further, I think Rex, let's go back over to you. When is our next event that the community can look forward for?
All right, we are going to be having our episode 2 next Thursday, same time. So we have another builder who has been with Robuna for a very long time, coming to talk about what they are building on Robuna and what they have recently done. And just to add a little bit of spice to that, they are still doing more, maybe more than one or two projects is now coming to Robuna. So, with that being said, I want to add a few comments to everything. So, if you are not following Chrissy and our project, you're not making enough money. If you are not following Robona and joining our testing groups, you're missing out on innovation. You're missing out on alpha. You're missing out on a whole lot of things in DeFi. So, let's get together and let's join the Robona community. So that will be all from my side for today's episode. Um, I'll see you all next week.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you for hosting this wonderful space, Roberta.